Don't use that in the second breath.
Oh, you got it? You got it?
Stand that you have the spotlight.
All right. Are you going to do some kind of
You
song?
can't stand. Got to.
Here we go now. I'm an old farm boy with backwoods ways. Nobody took me in to raise since my mama turned me out in '83. And although I attended a country high school, I never learned those fancy words that are cool, and instead I just have simple things to say. But I met a girl across the county line whose beauty and grace far exceeded mine, and I finally brought someone to the house who was willing to stay. And for the life of me, well, she first fell in love with my blue-tooth hound while watching me plow that old rough dirt ground on the back 40 acres of Old Everett Bible's place. And for the life of me, I couldn't believe she stopped. And while the dust flew and the old Johnny popped, she walked right up and invited me to lunch that day. Well, I, of course, thought the idea was great. Jumped off of the tractor onto my tailgate, poured some coffee and poured my sandwich in two. And after she ate a bite and took a sip, and just after the coffee passed her lips, she said, "I'm looking for a feller to spend some time with me." She said, "Although I ain't a fan of ribbons and bells, my favorite movie is The Outlaw Josie Wells. I can be as much of a woman as anyone can to you." So I took her home and made her mine, just as that woman promised she sure was fine. And to this day, she's the only woman for me. She's finer than frog hair and sweeter than wine, and at times as bitter as the smoke from an old grapevine. But in love with me, I believe she'll always be. So the moral to the story is simple but true. The next time you believe there's no one for you, just remember the love I found in the dirt field that day. Because if a man as plain and simple as me can find a woman in the backwoods country, surely there's a woman on this planet for you.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Yeah, that was
Cowboy
wonderful.
poetry from outer space, ladies and gentlemen, that's right.
The most talented law firm this side of Guthrie, Oklahoma, I'd have to say.